Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, September 14th, and today is guesstimate day, this time for Group C again. So let's check out the dates we're dealing with this week. Wednesday, September 17th, that would be the declaration date. Obviously, they'll announce in the morning, right? 6:55 a.m. usually, they'll declare what they're going to pay. And then you have that whole day to buy into the fund. And if you buy into the fund or you already own it and you hold it until X dividend date, which is 9/18, you will qualify for the distribution, which then gets paid on 9/19, which is payment day. All right. Pretty quick turnaround, right? Unless your broker, delays it. Of course, that happens. But yeah, so that goes for Group C and, of course, the weeklies. Another quick update is they did add some new funds. RDYY is one of them. That's the Reddit fund. They added that to Group A. I mean, Group A is freaking crowded as hell, man. These guesstimate videos, like, look at Group A, man. My guesstimate video next time I do it is going to be crazy. And then, of course, they finally added GameStop. GMEY, that's awesome. I think it's great that they added, both of these are actually awesome because, I do like Reddit and I do like, the whole GameStop saga. It does interest me. And then, their volatility did drop, but it's still good enough. That's going to make you a pretty penny. So yeah, their GMEY is actually part of Group C, which is what we're talking about today. All right. Makes sense? Great. Also, I don't know if you guys saw that. I didn't realize till this morning. You go under education. There's a section for media, return of capital explained. I'm not going to go into that today, but I just wanted to let you guys know. All right. As most of you know, lately, the way I do my guesstimate videos is zero prep. So I just do it with you guys. We're just here, we're live, and, we just figure it out together because we don't freaking know. Nobody knows. All right, so let's just start from the top. Again, I added GMEY. What I'll do now going forward, I'll shade it once it's part of YieldMax. All right, maybe that'll be a easy indicator to use. All right, so maybe I should do 150. Yeah, I'm probably going to do 150. All right, so let's look at Nephley. Nephley. Let's see, the new start date 8/18. Just want to make sure that's still accurate. Let's see, 8/4, 8/11. Gotta go to the group's value. That's the truth. So it's 9198, and this is 8/18, which we want to keep, right? And that's 8/25, which we want to keep. Okay. So we're going to keep 8/18, 25, right? And then, of course, like these up here, which we're not worried about right now, but they have to be updated to the new cycle. 9/1 up here, because I got +7s in there. All right, so Group A restarted 9/1. All right, whatever. We're not talking about that right now anyway. So now, again, 8/18 was the start date of the new cycle, right? So the price of Nephley on 8/18 was $17.60. The price as of today, meaning Friday close, of course, is $16.47. So they dropped by 70 cents. So obviously, nothing crazy there, nothing fantastic to be like, oh my God, what are they going to pay? All right, so then we're going to go to Group's Value tab, which this one will zoom. Is it 150? Is 150 working, guys? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go to Group C. I guess I could do 200 on this one. So let's look at Nephley. Where the hell are we? All right, Nephley. There's it's a positive amount, and the way my spreadsheet works, that's an actual loss. So that's a realized loss of about 3.7 mil. So obviously that is not going to help anything. And then last chance here, we will take a look at this synthetic. Their synthetic is at 1260. All right. So if we scroll down here, what's Netflix priced at? 1188. Well, that's not good either. So their synthetic income on paper, as they say, is negative. So all things when it comes to this, like, again, there's no gains in the share price, there's no actual income, and there's no synthetic income on paper. So what I do then is I just default to the IV. And luckily, the formula is working. So again, what's a 31% IV? I don't know. Let's see what 40 cents would bring. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. So 40 cents is actually not their lowest payment. Their lowest payment was 37. So again, their last payment was 46. Payment before that, 43, 43. So again, it could be a close one. I'll give them a little higher. I'll give them a 41-cent payment. That would be a 32% yield. All right. What do you guys think? Good? Good, good, good. 200 is better. All right. On the Zoom. But I'm not. Yeah, 200 here too. Yeah. You know what? I'll suck it up for you guys because I know it does matter. All right. So that's Nephley. Moving on to CONY, Cony. Cony's share price did go up by 68 cents. So that's a good start, right? And then you go to the other file, obviously, group's value. You know, they did not do well there. Obviously, they had a massive loss, probably on the synthetic, gold diggers coming after us. So nothing there. And then we go here. What about on paper? Like, what do we got going? We got 28 cents. So 28 cents in, synthetic on paper. And then again, we said what, 68 cents on the movement. Now the last two, look at the last two payments, big gap, 79 to 34. So I have no freaking clue. Their IV is at 52%. I don't think they're going to pay 34. I think I'm going to, again, plug in 0.4. That would be a 72% yield. Yeah, they did go up 68 cents, but still, I don't think that really matters. I'm going to give them the high 30s, though, probably 37. Oh, man, that's even tough, too. Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot. I'm like zoned in here because I'm like, what the hell are they going to pay? Are they going to go lower than 34? Oh, man, that would suck. 67. That's a high yield, though. 67%. Their IV is only 52. I guess we can go as low as 35. Yeah, I don't know. Cony's going to be low, man. What do you guys think? You think it's going to be over or under the last payment of 34 cents? All right, we have 205 of you. Today I'm on both YouTube and X. I think someone said the audio works. Wow, Rod L says 29 cents. All right, what would a 29-cent payment be? 50, that would, okay, it's right on the IV. But I can't see it. I don't know. I don't see it. I got to give him 35. I know there's no justification for it outside of the price movement. Again, they are up 68 cents. And yes, that does matter, believe it or not. All right, I'm going to move on. I'm going to give them just a penny above the lowest payment. Okay, makes sense? Sure, whatever. All right, up next, MSFO. All right, let's see the price movement on them. They went down 33 cents. All right, so that sucks. Now, we're going to go to the group's value, MSFO. They did make money, but only 3 cents per share. Well, that's not going to help much either. And then last but not least, we will go to the synthetic on the paper. Let's see, 500 on the synthetic. Okay, what are we at? Microsoft is at 509. All right, at least that's good. So they're up 41 cents per share. All right. So they got some money hold back on the synthetic on paper, right? So that's good. Now, you know, the question is, what are they going to pay, right? Again, what was their last payment? 31 cents. All right. So again, 31 cents. And how much are they holding back? 41. And 31 cents is not even their lowest payment. 27 is. So I think we're looking at another low payment here too. What if we go like 28? Yeah, it's right on the money, man. 28, 29 cents, probably around that range. Yeah, it's going to be a low payment kind of week, I guess, huh? Sorry, I'm just drinking my coffee, trying to wake up. It's starting to get colder, man. Although somehow the AC still, I don't know. We'll see. All right, AMDY, how you doing? Well, I don't know, man. Let's see. All right, they moved down. Wow, they're $7. They moved down 73 cents. So that's not good. Not a good start for AMDY. Now let's go over to the group's value. A lot of freaking tabs here. I know it's crazy. There it is. AMDY, where you at? There you go. They made 12 cents per share. I guess that's better than nothing, somewhat. And then we go to the synthetic. They have a synthetic 155, and AMD is at 158. Why is this not working? Really, you can't pull the price of AMDY by now? All right, whatever. So the synthetic's doing good. It's up 24 cents per share. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, let's go back here. And let's see. Their last payment was 54. Their lowest payment was 25. Oof. Again, another tough one. We don't have anything huge to look at, but if we make their payment less than the last payment, say 50 cents, that, oh, wow. Yeah, their last payment was pretty damn huge, considering. All right, so again, what we have to go back here. Synthetic, again, 24 cents per share, and the group value is what? Yeah, 12 cents. So, yeah, I mean, they're not making any kind of bank here. They're probably just going to the IV, to be honest. So now we have to go, say, 28 cents. What would that bring us? 47. Yeah, it's probably going to be possibly one of their lowest payments. Again, their lowest payment was 25. What if we make it 26? All right, I'll give them 26. I'll give them a penny up above their lowest payment. And yeah, we'll see, man. All right, up next is PP. What did they make this cycle? They made, or they lost, shall I say, 39 cents per share. All right, let's check out the group's value tab. They lost 6.2 mil in realized income, or shall we say realized losses. Their synthetic is a $67 synthetic. PayPal is freaking not updating. Like, why? Seriously, why? Yeah, not updating. PYPL price. I'll do market watch. Oh, that's annoying. All right. Anyway, pull it up here. All right. PayPal is $66, and the synthetic's at 67. So obviously that synthetic is not really helpful. So yeah, there's not much going on here for PP. So let's go back to the file, and we're just gonna give you the IV. We're just gonna give you the IV. What the hell's the IV? Let's see. 0.3 is what? 35. The lowest payment ever was 0.27. 0.28, 33, 0.26, 30. Yeah, I'm going to give them the lowest payment ever of 26 cents, which is a 30% yield. I know it sucks. I could be lowballing everyone, though. You never know. So let's move on to the Airbnb, ABNY. All right. So let's see how much they went up in price. If we go over here, they went down 13 cents. All right. That sucks. So let's move on to the other part, ABNY. They lost 152,000 in income. And then we go to the synthetic. Their synthetic is a 135. Airbnb is currently at 122. So they got some gold diggers on their hands, and they're not making money at the moment, which, you know, looks like a rough go. So let's go back to the file. Again, this is another case of where we're going to pretty much default to the IV. The implied volatility of Airbnb is 27%. What if we give them like a 25-cent payment? That would go to be a 32% yield. 25 cents. It's, you know, it's still high. It's a $10 fund already. It's freaking Airbnb crap. I'm going to give them 23 cents, which is a 29% yield, if that makes sense, which would be, in turn, their lowest distribution. Again, I don't know if that, you know, who the hell knows? You know, they're going to announce on Wednesday what they're going to pay. But again, this is just my wild ass guess, or as they say, wag. All right. All right. Up next is CVNY, Carvana, another crappity doodah one. But they actually did good. They went up 103 in share price. So that's a good start. Now, if we go over here, we're going to go to the group's value. How much money did they make? Unfortunately, well, no, it's not the wrong one. Well, they did make 317,000, which comes to 17 cents per share. Really not that much money. But let's look at the synthetic. It's a 380. Carvana is priced at 361. Again, I don't know why these prices are not updating. But it doesn't matter because their synthetic is not valuable. So really all they got going for them is how much income they made, which is 17 cents. So, you know, are they going to pay 17 cents? No. Look at their last payment, $2.55. All right. Again, they went up $1, so they're going to pay more than $1. It's just, you know, again, we're kind of looking at the implied volatility, and Carvana actually has a decent IV of 48%. So if I give them $2, that would be a 63% yield. Their lowest payment ever was $1.70. So I am not afraid to go under $2. You know, maybe 175 to be exact, 55% yield. Oh man, we're getting lower and lower here. This is a low ball week, man. Low ball week. And I feel like I'm being cheapo on everyone. But hey, what can I do, man? It's just like there's nothing spectacular going here. 163 maybe. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna do 163. You know, that's still a 51% yield. I give them a little more than the IV, only because it's such a big drop. It's the lowest. It's going to be the lowest payment. It's such a big drop from the last payment. So I'm trying not to be too much of a cheap ass here, but I don't know, bro. You tell me. All right, up next is your boy HOOY. All right, so I know most of you are probably waiting for this one. Wow. All right. They did go up by 320. If you're wondering, like looking at the price, well, it doesn't show that. Again, you know, they have an ex-dividend date in between. So what I do is I add back, you know, the drop in the ex-dividend date, because again, that should not account against how much they're making during that cycle. Okay. All right, you ready? So they did go up 320. That's a good start. Now let's go to the group's value. Where's HOOY? They lost about 3.9 mil. Well, that's rough. That's on the realized losses, the taxable events, as they say. And then, as you know, we now cover HOOY, right, on the daily video. So here it is. HOOY has a 105 synthetic, and Robinhood is at what, 115. Holy crapola. So their synthetic is worth 611. All right. And keep in mind, they launched at 50. So I don't think, especially with the end of the fiscal year approaching, I don't think they're going to be a cheap ass on this. I think I think HOOY is going to be probably the big one to shine. I think, you know, let's look at $4. $4 would be a what, 76% yield. And let's look at their last three payments. 385, 689. Yeah, It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I mean, I was wrong on Platey, though, so don't go by me. I was way off on Platey. Like, I was embarrassing. It was bad. You know what? In fact, let me show you. Platey, I had what? 465. They paid 244. All right. Obviously, don't judge me. You know, don't get too happy on this. But I think they're going to go over 100% on the yield. You know, because again, think about it, right? Think about it. They launched at 50, right? Look at they're at 67. They have synthetic holdback, right? They have synthetic on paper. And they probably have some left over that they need to pay out. Again, I don't have the exact numbers. I'm sure someone does, but it ain't me. So I'm going to give them in the 5 range. It's going to be in the low 5s. I don't know where, you know. I'm going to give them 521. How's that sound? That's exactly 100%. Again, I think they figure this out on the Monday, like Monday morning. They all get together and they say, you know, what did Rod say? Let's go with Rod's numbers. You know, I'm kidding. Obviously, they were like, who the hell gives a damn about him? But no, they got, what about 530, 531, 102%. Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. 538, 103. Yeah, I'm gonna give them 538. I don't know what do you guys think this is right? What do you guys think on Hoie? Am I low balling? Am I high balling, if that's a thing? What do you guys think? Any comments here? Any guesses with me? Any guesses on Hoie? It's all about Hoie. Rod, I know you freaking you love Hoie. So what's your guess? You got a guess? Paul Sugg says, holla at your Hoie. Hoie. When does their synthetic expire? Look at you. Good question. Good question. If you go up here, their synthetic expires next month. All right. But again, that's within the fiscal year, which ends 10/31. All right. Things to keep in mind. All right. Let's see what we got. Do we got any guesses? No opinions. I like it. Synthetic Hoie. I expect a letdown. All right. So you're probably thinking lower than what I had. Damn, Chew Dog saying 623. All right. What the hell did I have? 538. Yep. Okay. What else we got? Yep. Maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Right. 450, 425. So a lot of people thinking in the 4 range. John, not taking a really good stance here. You just $4 to $6. Hey, John, I think you're right on that one, though. To be honest, I think you nailed it. I agree. Vladi says, good morning. I guess he just woke up. Someone's got to give him coffee. All right. So that's the guess, 538. We're sticking with it. All right. Is it going to be right? Who knows? And honestly, really, who cares? Seriously, who cares? We're just having fun. All right. Relax. All right. Up next, nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out. All right. Dr. Dre, right? Dr. Dre is up. How much did they go up in price? Well, I'll tell you how much they didn't go up in price. $379. They went down by $379. So Dr. Dre said, nothing, you idiot. I skipped the group's value. Where are we? Dre, there you go. Oh, they did make income. I didn't pull the outstanding shares. My bad. Hold on a sec. Outstanding shares is, oh no, come on. Oh, see, I did, but it didn't. It's having a formula issue. Crap. All right, let me refresh this. Okay, it worked. All right. Gotta zoom back for you guys so you can see. All right, so real quick, what the hell was the group's value? Group's value, where's Dre? All right, 102 per share. Wow. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Again, it's a new fund, so not a lot of money in there. So any money they make, it's going to be worth a lot, you know. Synthetic 45 and DraftKings is at 43. All right, so their synthetic is on paper is useless at the moment in helping us figure out what they're going to pay. But they did make a realized income of $1.02, if that helps. So that's all we got, right? The realized, $1.02. But the last payment was $2.19, and that was the only payment. So if we go around that range, let's just say $2, that would be a 52% yield, which is actually it's higher. It gives them a a yield much higher than the IV. But it is a brand new fund. Do you think they're going to go under $2 already? That's a tough one, man. I honestly don't know. So the over under on this one is $2. So is Dr. Dre going to give you over or under $2? That's the question for the live audience. Is the live audience awake? That's the real question. Are they awake? I don't know. They're probably going to go under. I'm not going to wait for you guys to freaking answer at this rate. So 40. Oh man. Yeah, man. It's definitely going to be under 2. They did make 102, but that's nothing any too exciting. 181. Oh my goodness. 171. Oof. Yeah. I'm going to give them 170. I can't go any lower. That's a 44% guesstimate yield. So yeah, who knows? And then we got GME. GMEY, shall we say? They launched on September 8th. Launch price is not updating, but it doesn't matter. They're not paying this time around. Obviously, their underlying is GameStop. GameStop sits at a $24, price. GameStop's IV is 44%. So again, like I said, that GameStop IV, man, that used to be so freaking high. IV is just so low right now at the moment. It sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, no guesstimate for GMEY. What are they going to pay in the future? I don't know. We'll worry about it in 4 weeks. Sound good? All right. Last but not least, we got the freaking Fiat. All right. The freaking Fiat, right? The inverse of Cony, coin, whatever. How much did they go up in price? They went down 13 cents per share. All right. How much did they make? They actually made 92 cents per share in realized income. So that's pretty good. And then last but not least, we're going to go to their synthetic and see what that's worth, right? We go down here. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, negative. It's worth negative. So that sucks too. But again, so the group's value, if we go back to that, that does tell us 92 cents. What'd they pay last time? Wow, 26 cents. So you may actually get a decent payment here. Oh my God, they're $3. Jeez. So they paid 26 was a good payment for them last time. Do we think they're going to pay 30? That's the real question. Is it going to be 30 cents? Holy crap, definitely not. That's 126% yield. Do we think it's going to be 27 cents, which is a penny more? I got to stop doing that. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think it's going to be in the 20s, probably maybe 0.23. That would be a 96% yield. Again, how much did they make? They made 92 cents. That's a lot of money for a $3 fund. But again, they don't, they have more losses for the year for sure, obviously. So it's not like, if you net it all together that they have to pay a certain amount out. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at 23 cents. I don't know. All right. Anyway, moving on to the weeklies. Let's go. All right. Let me unupdate these or delete these, I shall say. When's the pee break, by the way? Right. I gotta take a pee break soon. All right. Any questions? We are live. We have 441 of you. What do we got going? You guys are talking about ICOI. What is that? A Bitwise one? You want me to cover Bitwise instead now? Is that it? GME issued their first divvy in the form of warrants. Okay, under, all right. Cue the music. Should I cue the music already? I can, right? Who cares? We'll go lo-fi. Or acoustic cinematic. All right, we're just gonna feed the ducks. That's the one we're picking. All right. Anyway, Hoie has paid $20 in 4 payments. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. All right. I mean, I know I got to get my. I got something going on Granite shares. I think you guys will like it. I'm working on a spreadsheet. I'm gonna start with NVYY and go from there. So that's coming up. Either probably not this week, actually, maybe next week. So yeah. All right. Anyway, YieldMax. What are they paying? Well, again, group. Where the hell am I? All right, Group B paid last week, right? So we're gonna go up to Group B. Right here they are. You know, here's YieldMax. The calculation, if it's right, says 0.1255. All right. Now, 0.1255 would be a 51% yield. Their last payment was 13 cents. So to be honest, I'm good with 0.1255. All right. Now let's go to YieldMag. Let's pull up their payment again under Group B. I'm not going to get into the formula that happens here, but it's basically based on the allocation of whatever the funds paid and what they own and whatnot. So 15 cents, again, penny up. I'm good with that. So YieldMax 12 cents, YieldMag 15 cents, both around a 50% yield. Now LFGY, if we pull, well, let's go to the tab first. Yep, feed the ducks, that's for sure. So what do we got? We got LFGY. What are they holding? They're holding a bunch of stuff, man. BMNR, look at that. Oh man, that's a beauty. I should be doing options on this one myself. Imagine 118% IV. Ooh, that's nice. Circles. They got a lot of cool. LFGY's got a lot of crap here. I mean, a lot of high IVs. I kind of love it though. Look at that. That's a fun fund. What's their average IV? 64.15. Their guesstimate comes to 44 cents. So if we go back to the file, they paid 37 last time around. So if we give them 0.41, that would be a 59% yield, which to be honest, let me pay specialties real quick before I forget. To be honest, I mean, 59%. If they do yield around high 50s, 60s, I think that's probably 37 before that. Yeah, I'm gonna give him 41. I'm gonna do it. What does this show? 9/8. What is that? The Monday. Today, yeah. They're gonna pay decent. All right, 41 cents. But let's go to GPTY. It sounds like all the children are up. All right, GPTY. Let's see what they're doing nowadays. Again, same old crap, man. Nothing new. I'm not going to go through their holdings. I'm just going to go right to the IV. 36%. That's a 32-cent payment. Their last payment was 29. I think it's going to be a little more probably. We'll give them 31 cents, which is actually that's 29 cents is what you know what? They've been 29, 30, 29, 29, 29, 30. Okay. Wow. It's either 30 or 29. I think they're going to pay 30. So we'll stick with that. Do I need to put more decimals down here? There you go. All right. So SDTY, again, this one I just guess. It's a WAG, you know? So I'll go with what you guys say. You guys have guesses for SDTY, QDTY, and RDTY? Anything? Anyone? Anyone? Is anyone awake here? Come on, we got 470 of you. Steve says sounds like porn music. All right, so maybe that'll keep people on here, right? All right, no one's guessing. I guess I'm on my own. Oh wait, we got to guess. 12 cents, 13 cents. Okay. They paid 14 cents last time. Oh, damn. They paid 19 before that. Wow. If I give them 13. Wow, that's a weak ass deal. I got to give more than that, man. I can't do it. Yeah. I'm going to give them 17 cents. Damn, they all paid pretty freaking weak last time. I'm going to give them higher than what they paid last time. Wow. Yeah, these are not easy to guess. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they had a good week. You know, I don't know. Russell did. Oh no, well, it did go red. Again, I don't know. I don't really care about these as much. If you guys care that much, maybe I could do a little better. But right now, you know, anybody got time for that? All right. So what else we got going here? Ulti, you know, obviously a lot of people really just care about Ulti anyway. What do they hold? In Affirm, Webull, First Solar, Robin the Hood, Oklo, Reddit, Cash. And average IV and Ulti is 67%. So using that, we got 7 cent payment. Are they going to pay 7 cents? Let's see. Last time they paid 9. The last time before that was 9. And the last time before that was 9. Let's see what an 8 cent payment would give them. It would yield them 74%. All right. I know, again, they do like to yield around 80%. So again, it's tough. You don't want to give Ulti 8 cents, but let's see what 9 cents would give them. Yeah, that would give them 80. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is tough. How many 10 cents do they have? You know, let's go from history. Ready? It goes 8, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, and then 9. So are they going to pay 8? That's the question. Are they going to pay 8? We don't know. Right? I don't know. It's 8 or 9. It's really just 8 or 9. So 9 cents, 84% yield. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at 9. Don't be surprised if they pay 8 though. That's all I can say. All right. Chippity doo dah. I'm just gonna skim through this one. Bunch of nerd stocks here. We don't care. And it's not even updating anyway. Average IV 37%, showing to be a payment of 39 cents. Their last payment was what, 38? So if we give them 39, what would that yield? 37%. I think that's fair. Yeah, why not? Give them 39. That's good. And then Salty, their last payment was 55. They're already at 44 bucks. Ouch. Their average IV is what, 62 cents? I mean, their average IV is 72%, and the payment based on that would be 62 cents. But again, they already pay 55. Is it going to be more than 55? Who the hell knows? 65% yield. What do you guys think about Salty? Wow, oh my God, they went down $3.41. Damn, this fund is not doing well. Jeez, what in the hell? Well, you're short in the freaking green ass market, I guess. That's what happens. So maybe they're going to pay less. Maybe they're going to pay. No, they can't. 65%. Let me see what the average IV is. 72. I don't know. 55 cents was low as is. I'm going to leave it at 57. I don't really care. So it is what it is. All right. So that's the update on the shares. I'm going to take an intermission here. I'm going to put the music up and I'll come right back for some Q&A. We are back. Yeah, let me change the music. Going rock. All right. Gotta wake up. We gotta go to the gym. All right. What kind of comments we got here? Salty going down. Bit the coin. I might buy Misty Friday. WPay. What about WPay? I love blocks. I love blocks too. All right. Granite share. Yeah. Well, again, like I said, we're working on that. Do you want to see my spreadsheet I'm working on? You want to see a sneak preview? Thousand shares on LFGY. Wow. Yeah, I haven't looked into Bitwise. Maybe that's another one I could venture out to. Sounds like you guys want me to venture out of YieldMax. Again, I got no problem doing that. It's just it's going to take a little time to get there. Yeah, I mean, Marcia, I used to go. Normally, yeah, I'd be done too, but YouTube it's kind of ruined my gym time, so I go later than I want. I used to go at 4 a.m. to be honest, like back in the day, and then they started opening later. Now they open at 5, and I don't know. All right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a sneak peek of my spreadsheet. All right, so zoom in for you guys, 200%. So I'm working on, doing a once a week update to Granite shares as a whole. And then, we will compare the underlying NVDL to NVYY. Obviously, we would add back the distribution, which it looks like, again, X day kind of falls on the Friday, right? So again, we'll do like once a week update, comparing the various funds, CONL, right? I'm not CONL, COYY, TSYY, XBTY, PQQY, and then YSPY, right? So we'll talk about those. We'll compare it. It'll be a quick comparison. And then obviously we can go through, the dividends. This is actually pulled directly from the website. Thanks to people in my Discord, Alien and Bad Financial Decisions. And then we could see, okay, what are they yielding? Like NVYY, obviously, they're yielding a lot. The last payment was, 98%. So, so yeah, I mean, and then we're going to do a yield comparison between all the funds to see like who's yielding the most, how much are they yielding week over week. And then we're going to go through the holdings, and then we're going to see, okay, obviously they sell puts and they buy a put, right? So we're going to see how far out of the money those positions are, and then go from there. All right, so that's all I'm going to give you for now. It's just a little sneak peek of what's to come. If you guys have a preference to add something to that, feel free to let me know. But that's just my thought. I don't know when I would do the video. Again, I'm going to carve out some days in the morning, eliminate some YieldMax content and add other content, all right? So, okay. Yes, I am venturing out. I am for sure. No, I know. I've just been stuck in the covering YieldMax, and again, this is the people's YouTube, right? I cover what you guys want to see, right? If you guys want to learn about new funds, I'm all for it. So, Bitwise, maybe I'll look into Bitwise. A lot of people are asking about Bitwise. Roundhill, I mean, there's not much to cover on Roundhill. They're leveraged, so it's not really that complex. If the underlying goes up, they'll go up. It is what it is. If it goes down, it goes down. All right. Is Granite Shares working on a yield boost universal ETF? I believe they're waiting till they have at least 10 funds, I think. I don't know if that's a rule or not, but yeah, we'll see. They will. Yes, the answer is they will at some point. Brother says, I'd be interested in watching an interview with Kamikaze Cash Guy who was bashing YieldMax. I know several people, I did watch that video, by the way. I know several people made a follow-up video to his video, right? So again, I'm not one to comment on other people's videos, right? He's not the only one, right? There's tons of people that bash YieldMax. I mean, who cares, right? I mean, yes, if I went through his video, I see there's a lot that he misstated. But again, that's his channel. I don't really give a crap if he wants to misstate things. That's his deal. Let him do what he wants. Rod has seen the future. All right. Rod probably going big into Granite Shares. Well, Austin, I do my own options, so I'm more about, if they make a universal one. Again, I like the universal ones now. I don't really, the single stock risk, I don't care for it anymore. It depends on which stock, obviously. Obviously, I still have Misty because, MSTR is like kind of a Bitcoin play anyway. I don't consider Bitcoin an individual underlying. I consider it a whole freaking sector, Blocks has been my best performer. All right. So Nita has NVYY. Randy is having fun and coffee at work this morning. Wow, Randy's working on a Sunday? What do you do, Randy? Did I ask you that already? Maybe. All right, what else we got? People like blocks. Steel has I have all the yield boosts, added a Hoie a couple weeks ago. Either direction you go, Rod, is very much appreciated. Your content is amazing and helpful. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this username, but Devastated. You made my day, Devastated. I appreciate that. My views on YouTube are kind of slowing down, which is telling me, bro, you got to do something, bro. You got to start covering other crap. So yeah, I'm in the process of thinking about different things, right? I'm working on it. All right, I know. Change. You're welcome, Saustin. Redfish, welcome. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Venus. I know you're both there, right? Are you going live today? All right, what else we got? I'm just scrolling through comments. We did the guesstimates already if you just joined. I love going live. It's so easy. It's so fun. Oh no, TNA's leaving us. But thank you for being here, TNA. Have a great Sunday. All right. You cannot give up on Misty. I am not giving up on Misty, that's for sure. Again, this is just a thought in my head. YieldMax coverage Wednesdays and Saturdays, right? And then the other days, well, Monday's already taken. Monday's the interview. The other days, leave them open to whomever, right? Whomever. Wow. Okay. AR Cuber likes yield boost. All right, that's cool. So maybe I'll have Will on again at some point. I love having Will on. He's a good dude. All right, let's see. Thank you, Jay, for reposting. I appreciate it. Yeah, freaking wish. Hey, later on today, I'll definitely have one. So cheers for when I do. Watch some football, maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Redfish, I sold 90% of my Misty and Ulti at the end of July. What'd you buy, Redfish? Can you share? Do you want to share? Wolf says, I'm not selling Misty or AMDY. I mean, why would you, right? They're still doing good. Red, did you see Coy? Yeah, Will is great. I rewatched your interview with him twice already. Sweet. Yeah, I think he seems to be okay with the early morning on the Monday. So he could be a repeat offender, right? We can have him on again and, have fun with it. Obviously, I know the later interviews do better, but who the hell, who the hell has time? Imagine like if I could do interviews during the day live. I wonder how they would do. Probably pretty decent, right? Maybe a weekly crypto. Yeah, definitely want to do more crypto. I'm going to start reaching out to the people. There's a lot of interesting people in the crypto space. And I want to start getting them like on my show and involved in my channel. They're more so on the shitcoin side, which are the altcoins per se, but it's just something that always interested me. I used to be in that space a lot in the past. I used to actually moderate at several telegrams and for several launches. Live is still YieldMax. Oh, by the way, guys, shout out to the ambassador of Quan. He's going to be live on Spaces in 4 minutes. So, if anyone has that link for the Spaces, please share it here. He's going to have several YouTubers on for, I don't know about debate, but discussion on Ulti. So go check that out. I'll probably be done by then. Old cash. Yeah, good, smart move, Red. It's not easy to do, though. It is not. I get it, man. I'm slowly building up my options account in cash as my my TSLL gets assigned. Yeah, I know. September. That's what they said, right? August or September. Oh, Randy answered. System pipeline controller. So I put. Hey, get me a job. I am the perfect man for that job. In fact, I may be your #1 employee there. Yeah, rate cut already priced in. Oh, thank you, brother. So here's the link for Ambassador of Quan. Go check it out. I'll try to join on the way to the gym. I don't plan on talking. I just plan on listening. But yeah, I'll be there. I'm gonna do a Spaces in the morning this week, probably Tuesday morning. So I hope to talk to all of you, either Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Yeah, they are. Okay. All right. I think we're good, right? I think we can end it. That way you guys can go head over to Ambassador's Spaces, right? So as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, come back, tomorrow? Tomorrow, by the way, morning show with Rod. I have on special guest, Eugen Vasquez. He also is a YouTuber. I'll do a post about that, reminding people on X today. So I hope to see you all there tomorrow morning. Come with questions for him, of course. Live community interview. You know, it's going to be a fun time. And but yeah, what else? If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. Blah blah blah. Options update. That was Saturday. That was yesterday, Steel. But yeah, sorry you missed it. But I gotta run. It's keyword time though, because we made it to the end. We're 57 minutes in. If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the freaking keyword, right? Keyword is what? What do you got? What do you guys got? Again, we got 570 people listening on YouTube and X. Does anyone have a keyword that we can close this out with? Anything interesting, anything funny, anything exciting? What do we got? What do we got? What do you do? What do you say? Got anything? Got nothing. Clive says, thanks for the updates, Rod. You're welcome. Spreading your wings. Yeah, I'm trying, man. Go check it out. All right, thanks for going back and checking it out, Steel. Again, one thing I need to work on is evergreen content, as they say. Rate cut. When's the announcement? When's the announcement? Salty. Marcia likes my interviews. Sweet. Thank you. Again, I feel I'm having fun with them, so I hope you guys enjoy them. Next week. Rate cut. Keyword rate cut. Is that it? Is that what we're doing? Keyword rate cut. 0.5%, 1/4%. What are we cutting? All right. That's I'm doing rate cut. If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the freaking keyword. The keyword today is rate cut. And in fact, if you want to guess the rate cut, if there is going to be a rate cut, that's, I believe, priced in. What's priced in though? 0.25 or 0.5? I don't know. Again, what if they say no rate cut? Then market will go down and Redfish will be happy. I'll be a little happy too. I'm going to sell some puts. But yeah, man, rate cut. I guess that's coming up this week. See, that's the other thing I got to do. I got to start pulling up like the week upcoming events, crap like that. You know, I'll change with the times. I'll get with the times. Things will be good. Just don't leave me, right? You know, we're a team here. We're the people's YouTube channel. We are the people. All right. I'm out of here. The keyword, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, the keyword is rate cut. And if you want to be brave and guess the rate cut, type it in the comments down below. Obviously, it's going to be either 0, 1/4, or 0.5. All right? Make sense? What do you got? What do you do? What do you say? What do you got? All right. I'm out of here. Have a great day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, 6 a.m., baby. Later.